Early the next morning, we set off. I managed to get the front seat so I could get the best views. The first checkpoint at the edge of Sost was chaos. Our bags were searched, passports were stamped, and buses were rushing to beat the long queues. After an hour, we were back on the road. I sat back down in the front of the bus. This big bully tried to tell me that I stole his seat, so he convinced the bus driver to make me move, but I stood my ground and told him he could sit on my lap, and luckily he backed off. The second checkpoint took us into the Khunjarab National Park. As a tourist, I had to pay $20 as a fee to enter the national park, even if I was just trying to reach the border. But the views made it worth it. The park was stunning, there were snowy peaks, yaks everywhere, and wild ibex, which I missed because I fell asleep. After 2 hours, we finally reached the Khunjarab Pass, the border itself. At 4,700 meters above sea level, it's a popular destination even though the closest airport is a 7-hour drive away. I took a video of the border as we were crossing, and the driver told me to put down my camera. The Chinese police were staring at me with an intimidating look while whispering and pointing at my camera. After a few questions and a warning not to exit the bus until the next checkpoint, we were given way to the most remote parts of China, and it was beautiful. Now that we were in China, we had to switch to the other side of the road. We finally got to the main checkpoint. I started to get really nervous. Chinese security is next level. Obviously, I wasn't allowed to record anything here. Cameras were everywhere, and the Chinese immigration officers were checking everything. My bags were completely emptied, they were scanned, and they were wiped in every single little corner. And then came the scariest part, where they were checking our phones. The officers took our phones and they plugged them into laptops to scan photo albums and apps and all our documents to check for any religious or controversial material. And a sniffer dog walked around our bus and our bags and ourselves, and that was definitely the most intense part. Luckily, everybody was cleared.